lots of people are struggling with lesson 10, Learn to Fly. So I want to walk you through that lesson so that you can be successful with it. So if you look at the instructions, it wants you to fix the dragon's controls and the start button. So there's something wrong with the code that they've given you, and you want to avoid the obstacles to win. Use the arrow keys to play the sample game. So if you, well, I closed it. Whoops. Let me open it again so you can see what it's supposed to do. So if you click that start button, you're this tiny little dragon, and if you move your arrows around, you want to try to last as long as you can. Here, let me open it up. So you want it to click the start button, and I should be able to use my arrows here to move the dragon and fly and avoid the obstacles for 30 seconds. So that's the goal of the game that you're going to build, okay? So let's get started. You will see the code will show up that's available. Now, first of all, let's do this start button. To get the start button, you need to first of all put these two blocks together. When the start button is clicked, you want it to start the game. Now let's talk about the dragon. So the dragon, we've got all this code here. We need to code flying. So if we click on fly, the first thing you want to do is make sure if you're on the edge of the screen that you bounce off of it. And then you want to wait a couple seconds and then move 10 pixels. That's going to handle the flying. Now we need to talk about how to get it to move. So we can see that it has the point in direction, but we need to put a fly block, and you're going to need 3 more from in here. Here, here, and here, because we not only want it to point in the correct direction when we use the arrow, but we also want it to then do this, which is the controls for flying. Now, if I click this and start, we're going to get an error. Now, they didn't put a block in here. It says make sure to program the dragon to receive the game.start message to start the game. We learned about that 2 lessons ago in the messaging. So we sent this start message that says game.start. We need to code the dragon and all of this to show when that's received. So let me just move this whole chunk and put this when received game start. And I'm going to put the show inside the forever here. It's not going to work quite right. Now when I click it, I get my dragon and I can move around the screen. So you're using a sending message to make this happen. So when this is received, it starts to do all of these things. You can see the dragon, that's what the show does. And then the rest of the keys handle the moving up, down, left, and right. When it gets this fly command, it's calling this chunk of code right here, which is called a function, to create the illusion of the flying. Hope that helps.